I'm Hailey Leek. I'm the census coordinator for Salt Lake City, and I'm working on getting a complete and accurate count of all of Salt Lake City residents.
How has COVID-19 thrown a wrench in those works?
COVID-19 started at the worst time. It started in mid-March, right when the Census Bureau was starting a lot of their efforts. It's when the survey went online and when paper surveys were being mailed out. But COVID-19's really stopped a lot of our outreach efforts. The Census Bureau has not been able to do a lot of their operations. They've been working from home just like we all have for the last couple of months. So one big operation that's been stopped was the update and leave, is where the Census Bureau employees actually head to households to drop off questionnaires. And these are going to households that live in that are in rural communities, that have PO boxes, and tribal areas. So now that portion of the population is finally going to be counted and their voice is heard.
The census got delayed because of COVID as well. What are the new deadlines? I think there's a lot of confusion about when do I need to do it? When do I not need to do it? When does it need to be done by definitively?
So fortunately, the census has been extended to October 31st. So we have until Halloween to complete the census. One thing to keep in mind too is that the census will ask you what your household looked like on April 1st, 2020. So that's why it's really important now to get the census done, because we may have until October to get it done, but it's still trying to get a snapshot of what our communities look like on April 1st. And April 1st is just that point in time the United States government has picked to count the population.
Why is this important for residents of Salt Lake City, and why are we focused on it?
The census is one of the most powerful civic duties everybody in our community can participate in. For those who don't have citizenship, for new Americans, even for kids as young as 5, everyone counts in the census. So we do it once every 10 years, and that data that we collect from the 2020 census will impact how the government decides where to fund certain community projects, where businesses decide to go. A fun fact is that businesses actually use census data to decide what to put on their shelves. So census data impacts all our lives. It impacts schools, how much funding goes to schools for Head Start and Title I, and also representation in government from the local level all the way up to the federal level.
What is Salt Lake City doing now to encourage participation right now in this as everybody's at home? I mean, you normally think of census takers as showing up and knocking on your door, but that's the last thing you want to see right now.
Right. So that operation has not started yet. And so what the Census Bureau is doing and what a lot of community organizers are doing is digital outreach, but specifically Salt Lake City's doing some incredible town halls. We recently did a town hall with Westview Media and the West Side Coalition to really engage the West Side communities to participate. Census response rate has historically been low in West Side communities, just because of the nature of like access to internet, or you might be renting or moving. So we're really doing a lot of outreach to people that were missed in the last census. Not only are we doing town halls, but we're doing outreach with other community partners, like with iPads and QR codes for them to complete the census on the spot.
If someone watching this has not completed the census, where can they go to do that? And how difficult is it? And how long does it take?
So the census this is the first digital census. So everybody can log online to my2020census.gov to complete it. You don't need an ID code to complete it. You can just kind of go to the bottom of the screen and there's like a little space to where you can skip that and then manually put in your address. So that's one way. You can complete it through the phone in 13 different languages, or if you have a paper questionnaire, complete that and send it in. Some households will have received numerous paper questionnaires. Just get it done now so you don't have to meet a census taker, because they will start showing up at households in the summer. Really, my big call to action is to get the census done now, so you remember what your households look like on April 1st. It's quick and easy. To your last question, it takes 10 minutes. Most households can get it done in 10 minutes. There's no citizenship question, and it's really safe and easy. It's our civic duty to get it done, and it makes, our communities stronger over the next 10 years.